How will Russia use Iranian UAVs in Ukraine? Analysts have raised questions about how Russia will use Iranian drones, UAVs, in Ukraine if received. In mid-July, the White House announced that Russia would soon receive hundreds of armed UAVs from Iran. Although Russia and Iran have denied the information, analysts immediately asked the question, if true, how will Moscow use these UAVs in the conflict in Ukraine? Forbes quoted researcher Samuel Bendet, at the Center for Naval Analysis, USA, as speculated that many of these UAVs could be suicide weapons. One of Russia's biggest lessons from the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan in 2020 is that the heavy use of suicide weapons is key to military success. So if Iran supplies hundreds of UAVs to Russia, most likely suicide weapons are part of the deal, Bendet wrote on Twitter. During the 2020 conflict, the Azerbaijanis used Israeli Harop UAVs to destroy Armenian S-300 air defense missile systems, similar to the one that Ukraine is using against Russian aircraft today. According to Bendet, Iran has been learning UAV technology for the past 20 years and develops its own UAVs from self-developed technologies, or dissected from US and Israeli technology when the opportunity arises. Thus, even though Iran's suicide drones do not exactly match the specifications of the Harop, they will still have compatible features. James Rogers, an associate professor of war studies at the Southern University of Denmark, commented that Iranian suicide drones such as the Ryad-85 have a lower flight range and duration of continuous operation compared to Israel's Harop UAV, but is believed to have operated in an electronic warfare environment and is capable of hitting larger stationary and mobile targets. Iran also has the Ababil-3 combat-experienced UAV, which has been used for search and destroy capabilities with high explosive munitions in the air near the target, targeting high-ranking military personnel, Rogers said. However, Mr. Rogers believes that it will be difficult for Russia to use Iranian UAVs and repeat the success of the Azerbaijanis using Harop against Armenia's S-300. The Harop has an extended range and search and destroy range, twice that of Iran's Ryad-85 and Ababil-3 systems, and is widely seen as more reliable, Rogers said. However, he also noted that Iran's suicide UAVs are designed to be used in swarms in large numbers, overwhelming the enemy's defenses. If used in this way, Iran's systems could exert a greater influence on the battlefield. Not only the S-300 system, Russia is also targeting other Ukrainian long-range rocket and artillery systems, especially the high-mobility artillery rocket system, HIMARS, provided by the US. Experts say that during the Yemen conflict, the Houthis used Qasef-1, Qasef-2K anti-aircraft drones, the same line as Iran's Ababil-2 UAVs, to fight against Arab air defenses. Saudi Arabia, using GPS coordinates from open sources to determine the locations of Saudi Arabia's Patriot missile systems, the Qasef UAV will slam into the system's radars. The Houthis then launched a salvo of missiles at Saudi targets. Mr. Rogers predicts that if it receives UAVs from Iran, Russia will use it in the same way that non-state organizations still use in the Middle East. Similarly, Mr. Bendet also said that Russia will draw lessons from the success of Azerbaijan, using weapons of search and destruction, and armed UAVs to attack static and dynamic targets of Ukraine, from soldiers, weapons to military equipment, to seaports, warehouses, command and control centers.